What's up again, guys? Brian here at 3Chair, here to do my review of PlayStation All-Stars. And now, in order to get into story, there's really not much story to be found here in this game, outside the arcade mode. What story is put in place is that each individual character on the roster, and there's about 20 different characters, hears of some sort of gathering while they're about to do like their current game, and they decide that in order to test their skills or in order to prepare for their next challenge, they need to find these others and defeat each one of them. And as soon as they do, which obviously you will, then they go back to their own game and they'll say something like, oh, now that I've defeated all these challenges, now I'm ready to move forward. So it's very lackluster in terms of story, but trust me, this is not the type of game that you buy for the story. So now to get on to the gameplay. Now, many fans out there have actually been complaining that PlayStation All-Star is nothing but a ripoff of Super Smash Bros., but I really do not think that is the case for this particular game, simply because the objectives for both these games are significantly different. The objective of Super Smash Bros. Is to hit your opponent and cause enough damage to them in order to knock them off the platform. However, in this particular game, you can't do that because each individual level has boundaries. So the objective is to cause enough damage to build up your power level bar in order to initiate a special, I'd like to call, kill move, and there are 3 different levels. So depending on how far you want to build it up will depend how many characters you will kill or exactly how devastating the attack will be. If you stick to level 1, it'll generally be a typical kill move in which, depending on which character you pick, will most likely only kill one person. You build it up to level 2, you can kill multiple people. If you build it up to level 3, which is by far the coolest, you'll be able to most likely, with most characters, kill everyone on the screen. And if you actually time it perfectly, you'll actually be able to do it twice, which is satisfying, if I may say so myself. Another cool addition that really is not even added into Smash Bros. As far as I remember, is that the stages actually can change and interact. Several times throughout most of the maps, something will pop up, or the environment will change, or maybe some character will come in and attack you, or maybe some special weapons will pop up. And so it's definitely much more strategy based. And getting back to the power moves, what makes it so difficult to initiate is that your opponents can actually interfere with your attacks. So if you press your attack meter bar right when you're next to your opponent and they attack you, they can actually cancel your attack, and then you have to build it all over again. So there's definitely much more strategy and technique that is required, which is why it's best to usually pick 1 or 2 characters that you feel comfortable playing with, and usually spend a couple hours practicing to learn all the special moves, so that you'll be able to initiate them at the right time to build up your power meter to do whatever devastating attack you choose in order to win the match. And with that, that's really all I need to say in terms of gameplay, and now to get on to the flaws. Now, if there's any real flaws that I could pick out in PlayStation All-Star, it would be that the final boss fight, which in the arcade mode, which, spoiler alert, is someone called Polygon Man, which, if you don't know who that was, he was actually the original PlayStation, I'd say, face of PlayStation or mascot of PlayStation back when it was first released. I mean, he kind of disappeared. But basically, that boss fight is pretty disappointing. It's not like in Smash Bros., or at least the one on N64, where it's a giant glove that actually can come down and attack you. All you're doing is defeating enemies you've already beaten in order to get to that point. For the first round, you'll take on one opponent, and then when you kill that person, he'll slam his head down on the ground, and you'll attack him. And then he'll go back, and then 2 people will show up. You beat those 2, he'll slam down, you attack him again, and he'll go back, and then he'll summon 3 people. You beat these 3 people, he comes back down, you attack him one more time, and it's over. So it's basically a long endurance mode in which he really can't attack you. He just sits there while you hit him, and it doesn't even matter how many times you can hit him. You can hit him just once, and then twice, and then 3 times, and it's over. I really wish they would have made him a bit more of an actual boss fight and made him difficult to kill, because just throwing a little endurance mode just seems kind of cheap, that you have to fight characters you've already beaten, so where's the challenge? I mean, even on the hardest difficulty, that's all it takes in order to win. That's the only real flaw that I can point out in terms of the arcade mode. Now, as I've said before at the beginning of this video, this is really not the type of game that you buy in order for the story, because there is no story to be found here. However, this is the right type of game in order to play with friends, and which is why I'm going to give PlayStation All-Stars a 9.5 out of 10. If they had made the boss fight a bit harder, a bit tougher, and a bit more fulfilling in terms of actual adding something to this character's backstory, or really his purpose for being there, I would have given it a perfect 10. However, on another note, I would like to say that this is actually the first PlayStation game I've played in a long time in which I actually want to play with other people. I want to play online. I actually would like to play with some of you out there, because it's just so much fun to play with other people and simply take on very high level difficulty AIs, which once you get their techniques and kind of their strategies, they're pretty easy to beat, and you can do it every time, generally without dying. So I'm going to leave my PlayStation Network ID in the description down below, and if you guys out there feel like playing with me, just message or friend me on the PlayStation Network, and if you want to play, just say, Brian, do you want to play? And if I'm not doing anything, I'd be more happy to play with any of you out there. If you like this game review, please like, comment down below, and subscribe to keep track of me my future movie or in-game reviews. And like always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.